Alexander Volkanovski, the biggest fight of your life. How are you feeling? How was preparation?
Preparation's good, mate. That's it. Every fight's the biggest fight of your life, and your latest fight's always the biggest fight of your life. But yeah, man, this is big. This is huge. Huge card. International Fight Week, mate. Camp went well. I'm buzzing. Can't wait to go out there and do my thing.
It's a trilogy fight against your arch rival, Max Holloway. Many people regard him as the greatest featherweight of all time. Where do you see him in that regard?
Oh man, he's definitely up there. Obviously, you know what I mean. I think, I've said this before that Aldo is the GOAT, but yeah, the conversation is going to be there. They're always going to have. There's going to be a few names that are up there, and it's going to be our names that are up there. So that's what's so good about this third fight. This trilogy. Not many people at this high level get to fight once, let alone 3 times. So it's pretty cool, man. It's cool.
There seems to be a lot of respect between the two of you. You spoke to him earlier, and he had the utmost respect for you, not only as a fighter but as a bloke. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, man. It is, man. 100%. Like, he's obviously a cool dude. That's why he's a very likable dude, and he can fight. You know what I mean? And that's obviously he's popular, well loved, and as I said, he can fight, and that's why he's getting another chance. You know what I mean? Not many people would get a chance like that unless you made sure no one else can take it from you, and you still earned it. So a lot of people still think he earns it. I think he earns it, and that's why he's getting it. And it's still a big fight for me, and I know this moves me forward, so I'm happy to do it a third time.
Speaking of earning it, Volk, you both have had 2 fights since your last meeting in 2020. We speak about this a lot, an evolution. Who do you think has evolved more since the last fight between the two of you?
I think I have, definitely. I think I've evolved more. I think when we talk about knowledge and all that, I'm a lot newer to the sport. Evolved, yeah, I think, especially when it comes to knowledge and things like that, and knowing myself and what I'm about, I think I have definitely made a lot more changes. I'm in a much better position, not only inside or outside of the cage, than I was 2020. I think I've definitely made the improvements, not only in the cage skill-wise, but all around it, confidence, you name it, all of it. I think he's definitely made some improvements, but not as much as me.
You saw the Yair and the Calvin Kattar fights. You didn't see that much improvement there?
I seen, obviously the Kattar, look man, it was a beautiful performance. You know what I mean? I definitely think he's gotten better. You know what I mean? But again, when as I said, a lot of people look different when I'm not in front of them. So, whether I put a new fire in the belly, did his level go up, or was it just new fire that he was like, that's it, you know what I mean? He just motored away with a good game plan and absolutely nailed it. Like, I know how, I go to the fine details, so I can look at these fights and I can see why he's so successful, why he wasn't so successful in like the year Rodriguez, things like that. I can go into details and see that. I still see improvements. I think even though I can see things that didn't go as well for him in the year as they did in Kattar, I can still see improvements he made in that fight as well. Like, you've seen the ground game, wrestling, some really good takedowns that he took, So I definitely think he's worked differently. He knew he needed to. So these are new things. So he's obviously definitely training hard and trying to get better to try and take this belt away from me.
The first fight you beat him comprehensively, and the second fight was a lot closer. Yeah. How do you avoid it getting into that position again where a dodgy judge's call can result in you losing your belt?
Don't leave it in their hands, right? Like, you don't leave it in their hands, and just make sure you're winning every exchange, winning every round. Obviously we want to finish and don't leave it in the judge's hands at all. But you try not to make it a close fight even. It's going to be easier said than done, right? Like, when you've got 2 of the best going at it. But at the same time, I want to go out there and I want to win every exchange from the first to the last. You know what I mean? If he does get an exchange over me, I want to win that straight back and double it. I want to land 2 more on it. You know what I mean? That's how competitive I want to be in this one. I don't want to give him an inch. You know what I mean? And again, if you're winning every exchange, that's it. You can't, you can't be beat.
Well, it feels like you and I have been talking about this fight, for this rivalry, for 2 years now on the show. Does it feel like it's Does it feel like it's more than just a trilogy fight, more than just a rivalry? Does it feel like it's a fight for vindication almost?
Vindication. What is that then?
Yeah, well, do you feel like you'll finally sort of justify to the world that this is it. This is you are the champ, and you deserve to be here. And
Yeah, well, I mean, I already think I made it, but I mean, to sort of I still feel like a big win right now will still end that chapter.
yes.
So it still feels like it's not ended because he's getting another shot, right? And even say for, yeah, man, like I do think a big win is definitely going to obviously just that's it, it's done, and really again put me in a better position moving forward. You know what I mean? Like so. This is still a big fight, and there's still a lot on the line, you know what I mean? There's a reason why people still want to see it, so let's do it.
Alex, this is one of the biggest rivalries in the sport. You think about some of the greats. Izzy and Rob will forever be linked because of what they have. Do you feel the same about your rivalry with Max?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. You know what I mean? There's not many trilogies, you know what I mean? And they're still a bit different, even though I'm 2-0, and imagine I go 3-0. People are like, how's that a good trilogy when it was 3-0? But if you watch the fights and all that, and see how competitive, and then see what we're doing to everyone else in the divisions and all that type of stuff, it's still a massive story, and there's still a lot happening, and the level, like, you know what I mean? It's still a great story, and it's still definitely one of the best, probably rivalries that there is. Yeah, it's maybe not bad blood, but I mean it's still intense rivalry. It's still a lot on the line.
Volk, everyone watching at home on Fox Sports, everyone at Windang, everyone in Sydney, everyone in Melbourne, what should they expect to see this weekend?
Expect to see Volk doing his thing again and staying on top and being the best, you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not a cocky guy, but I'm confident in my abilities, and I'm confident I'm bringing that belt back to my family and Australia. So, see you soon.
Any place you'll see it is on Main Event. Alexander Volkanovski, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, man.
And all the
Appreciate
best,
it,
my
brother.
friend.
Thank you. Legend.